It's been a whole day. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's mid-afternoon. I spent most of yesterday afternoon editing last week's vlog, and I realised that I use this angle a lot, and I hate it, but I couldn't be asked to vlog all morning, so this is what you have now. Just going to quickly recap the books for this week. This week I am reading all of the books picked for me. All of the books picked for me. Fucking hell, I'm doing really well, guys. I've been up since 5 a.m. and my brain is not functioning. I'm reading all the books picked for me by Emma from Emmanovella. So, these are they. Have I done that little thing where I start on Sunday? Wow. Have I done that thing where I start on Sunday to give myself a head start? Work out which ones I actually want to commit to? No. Because that was really helpful last week, and I actually finished books. This week is all about self-sabotage, apparently. So we're doing Spellslinger. I will probably do this as an audiobook because it's the one that I feel like I'm happiest to spend that additional Audible credit on, and it looks really good, and I'd quite like to finish it. So potentially an audiobook. I have started Solitaire. Really enjoying that. I can see what people like about that in general, so we have that one. The Midnight Library I'm less inclined to, just because it's going to be really like literary and introspective-y, and I've read 4 books out of the 25 that I need to read this month. This feels like it's going to be a lot of hard work. We Were Liars I didn't enjoy the first time I read it, so it will be a reread, but it does mean I'll read it really quickly, and then I can either just bin it from my shelves or keep it. So there's that one, and then the last one is A Study in Charlotte, which I'm also really excited. So of the 5, these are the 2 that I'm really excited to read. Now I am also reading A Kind of Spark, which Emma did not pick for me, but Emma has banged on about so much that I do feel like she basically did. But I picked this specifically for Femathon. Yes, I picked it for Femathon for their disability rep, because this has neurodivergence rep, so I'm really excited for that. So that is the other one. These are the 3 I'm absolutely 100% committing to, and then, yes, and then these ones, that one, I'll finish anyway. It's just those 2, really. So we're hedging our bets. We are hedging our bets. But yes, like I said, haven't vlogged at all today. So I'm going to try reading now. Wish me luck. Okay, it is Tuesday afternoon and I have just finished Solitaire. I gave it 3 stars in the end, and like I said, with all the others, I will go through a full review in my wrap-up, but for now, it was not what I was expecting at all. And I think with Heartstopper, I went in assuming that the hype was hype and it was going to be fine, and then loved it. And I binged the second 2 and just thought the whole thing was great. And I thought as a graphic novel, it was stunning. And I guess because I went in the complete opposite way with this one, where I was like, I'm going to enjoy I'm going to enjoy Solitaire because I've enjoyed Alice Oseman before. And then it just didn't deliver. Like, it was just a contemporary. And I know it says on the front, oh, it's not a love story or whatever, but it didn't really feel much of anything. Like, it was just like on the surface of stuff. So that's my overall thought of it. But like I said, I will go into a deeper review in my wrap up when it comes to the end of the month. But like I said, changing opinions on things very dramatically. The other thing, I'm about to start We Were Liars next, because I thought it was a nice, easy, short read. And my thought is, Emma's doing her live. Oh, got hair on my face now. Emma's doing her live later on this evening. So my thought is, if I haven't finished it by then, that I can finish it during the live. But I have been really anti it this whole time. Turns out it's a King Lear retelling. So now I'm like, ooh, Shakespeare nerd that I am. Let's give it a go. Let's not prejudge, etc, etc. So I haven't really got much else to do today. I've kind of done all the work that I need to do that is like pressing. So I'm just gonna like chill out, I think, for this afternoon. I am very behind on general reads for this month because I've been focusing on longer books, and I was meant to be doing like shorter reads every single month. This month it's meant to be plays, so I might just give myself an hour to cram in some plays and just read through some to get my stats up. But We Were Liars is happening next.
So it is 5 o'clock and I painted my nails yesterday and they've already started chipping. So I'm going to reapply them whilst I catch you up on the books that I have and have not read. So I think I caught you up on Solitaire last I checked. So I'm just putting the primer on, so hopefully it'll actually stay this time. It was fine, which is not what you want to hear, I'm sure. No, I definitely have said this before. I think it was just that the hype got in the way. I was expecting it to be much better than it was. And I don't know what I was expecting the narrative to be. I knew it was going to be quite introspective, but I really liked Tori as a character, so I was quite disappointed with that portrayal because I just didn't like that version of the Tori. I guess with her saying so little in the original books, I had a very specific idea of what I expected her to be like, and then she just wasn't. She was a lot more biting than she was funny, sarcastic, and the way she speaks to her mum, I just didn't like, considering how nice their mum is to Charlie and stuff, so I found that really jarring. Anyway, I believe after explaining all of that before, that I said I was going to read We Were Liars, and that I was more excited for that now that I knew that it was a King Lear retelling. I reread the first 3 chapters, still can't tell that it's a King Lear retelling. I wrote a blog post yesterday about Shakespeare retellings. There you go. And it turned out to be a King Lear retelling in just the way the sisters deal with the grandfather and stuff like that. And anyway, so yeah, again, not really excited about that one. A Kind of Spark I read for Emma's Lives instead, and I actually really enjoyed that. I read 100 pages easily in the time that we did the sprints, which wasn't, it was only I think we only did an hour and a half in the end of actual sprinting, because we were all quite sleepy, to be fair. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I thought the teacher in it is such a bitch. So it's one of those things where I don't know if anyone else, I'm sure other people get this, when you have a job in a particular career and you see someone doing something that you would not have even dreamed of doing because of how morally reprehensible it is, it's really hard to read it. And I think especially when it comes to teaching, and teachers have a lot of stigma anyway, because we all have had teachers that we loved, and more of us have had teachers that we hated. So for me, I loved my English teachers. My English teachers were always far more supportive than any others, possibly because I actually paid attention in English, so it kind of created a positive catch-22. But obviously they also didn't mind that I would sit in the back of the class and just read when I didn't want to do any work. So they were a lot more understanding. And then as a teacher, you can see yourself having favourites, even if you're not supposed to. It's really, really easy to do, because in the same way that when you interact with people your own age, you're going to have people that you like and people that you don't. But as a teacher, you have to switch that part of your brain off. And it's a really hard thing to do. And it's completely inexcusable when you don't. So it's one of those things that, as a teacher, reading the way Mrs. Murphy treats the main character is just so fucked up. And, to the point that I literally text Emma during the live being she's abhorrent. I'd have reported her. If I had seen her treat any students like that, the way when the main character, whose name, I can't even remember her name now. I keep going to call her Elle, and I know that's wrong because that's the author. But when the main character has, I don't know how to react. She has not overreaction, but she reacts to the stimuli around her of the witches and stuff like that. And it obviously distresses her. That's the word I'm looking for. It's really, I forgot he was up there. It's really frustrating to see the sheer lack of empathy. Now, I haven't finished it. I'm really hoping Emily gets her comeuppance, who is this little shit that's being rude to her at school. I don't think that's going to happen, but we will see. I made such a mess of that. You can't even see it, but basically I cracked a nail and it split. And then after that, it just meant that I started picking all of them, because I'm a fidget and it always ends up affecting that one. You can tell because the middle finger is just weirdly short. But anyway, so I prefer acrylics. So yeah, so that was like I really want Emily to get her comeuppance, and I feel kind of sorry for Jenna for being like dragged along, because I don't think she's a bad kid. I just think she's misguided. So there's those. The other one that I have also started is Spellslinger, and I've started that as an audiobook, and it's just fine. Like, it's just mediocre. So I just don't care about it. I don't care about the characters. I got about 5 chapters in, and I'm just like, it exists. And the problem is like, I really like having an audiobook that I can just listen to whilst I'm working and like just sink into. And this morning I posted a tweet about people sharing their most recent watches, like videos with me, because I wanted something, because I was tidying up the office, which office is tidy, so we love that for me. But I wanted YouTube videos because the audiobooks I'm listening to are just boring. I still haven't finished A Court of Miracles, and now that I've had and that's on script, whereas I'm using Audible for Spellslinger, and it's just boring. And I'm gonna stick it out because I find it far more difficult to to DNF audiobooks, because I'm like, there's just so little effort. I've just got to have it on whilst I'm doing something, and I can count it as reading. So I will stick them both out, but I'm just not excited by them. I haven't even started A Study of Charlotte and Midnight Library. I just haven't been motivated to do that, and it doesn't help that like yesterday just completely ran away from me. So BNI days, or days when I have my breakfast meeting in the mornings, I do find it really, really hard to be productive. But I've been quite good today in the fact that I've tidied up this office. But I don't know, I don't want to guarantee that I'm going to read those books, because I don't know if I want to. The other thing that worries me is I have to read 25 books a month to be on target for my 300 books of the year. Now that means that I have to read a lot of short reads, because I don't read that quickly. So I should be reading plays this month, and I haven't read a single one. So I'm really tempted for the rest of today and most of tomorrow to just try and cram in my 25 reads, because then that will really take the pressure off whether I have to finish the others, and therefore I'm probably more likely to. Like, Spellslinger is fine because I will finish that. I've only got like 6 hours left on the audiobook of that. I'm just hoping something interesting happens. Like, I like fantasy stories where the main character isn't, a chosen one and gift given and stuff like that, and I appreciate that. It is kind of jarring when everyone expects him to be because of his family, but I've just read a lot of stories like that, or I feel like I've read a lot of stories like that. Like, I can't necessarily think of any off the top of my head, but I feel like it's quite a standard trope, especially for male characters, because they're expected to be wonderful and then they're not. It's like, boo-hoo, So I don't know, I'm just not as interested in it as I thought I would be, which is really disappointing. Having said that, I've got time. I've still got plenty of week left, in that I've got tomorrow and today. But this vlog is going to end up being a lot shorter than the previous 2 have been, just because I haven't caught you up nearly as often, and I just haven't made the effort in the same way. So for that, I do apologise, unless you wanted something short and sweet, in which case you're welcome. But I will probably include Bookoplathon in this vlog as well, or I will just do a whole separate vlog for that. I haven't decided. I don't know if you can tell that I haven't decided, but I haven't decided. So we'll leave it there for now. And if I read anything else, I'll let you know.
Okay, so I wanted to get this down since I have literally just finished this, and I finished Spellslinger this morning. I tried really, really hard to finish this all in one day yesterday, because I've been like reading it alongside the audiobook, but I had like an hour to go, and it was like 5 to 12, and I was like, it's Becca's Bookoplathon, like all weekend. Let's not mess with our reading schedule just yet. So just to recap, I gave this 3 stars. It was fine. There were some things I really didn't like about it, and that kind of was why I got 3, not 4. But again, gonna leave it until my full review. So just so you know, it was fine. This was actually gifted to me by Blanche, so thank you very much, Blanche. I'm not sure if I'm going to commit to the whole series. I might see how I feel. I might put the next one on my wish list, and then if someone forces me to read it, then I'll do that. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm not too fussed. Like, I don't feel like I need to continue this series. Just anyway. So yes, that's all the thoughts I can give you on that one. But thankfully Emma and I can still be friends, because they made a real point that if I didn't like this, then friendship was over, which I can understand. So yeah, I absolutely love this. Gave this 5 stars. So we can still be friends is what I'm trying to say. So again, not going to go too much into it, but I really enjoyed this. It wasn't too difficult to read. I really wish I'd kind of saved it till last, because some of them just have not motivated me. I still haven't started We Were Liars, but I'm tempted to try. I'm currently 7 books behind on my general TBR for Goodreads, so I do need to read some really quick books. So I'm tempted to just kind of cram in some graphic novels this evening. Hopefully it will be made up over Bookoplathon in general, but actually, considering I finished 2 books today, I feel pretty proud of myself. So in total, I have read 3 books out of the 5 that Emma suggested, technically 6. So that's half done. I did half. I didn't do Matt Haig's Midnight Library, and I didn't even touch A Study in Charlotte, but I'm going to keep both of those to hand, and then maybe if for whatever reason, if they come up as active prompts during Bookoplathon, then I will read them then, and I will try and catch you up then. But I am going to do a whole separate vlog for Bookoplathon, because I posted a tweet about it and 60 people were like, yeah, 2 vlogs please. So that's going to happen. I have no idea what length this vlog's going to turn out at, because I have no b-roll, because I just spent the whole week reading, which is great, but it just took me so goddamn long. So well done, Emma. Absolutely spot on picks for me this week. Really, really appreciate that, and I'm sure we will do this again soon, so you can pick me some more. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't enjoy this one as much as you did. I know that this was like one of the ones that you prioritised purely because you've just finished it and really liked it, but thankfully this one was great. So now I just need to take the other Elle McNichols book that's on my shelf for Waypoint and put it on my shelf for me. Okay, so I only have 2 minutes storage left on my phone, so I'm just going to quickly say thank you for watching this vlog. I know it's been shorter and slightly less thought out than the previous 2. Hopefully the next one will be better. At the end of the Bookoplathon, Jesus Christ, it would be easier if I could just speak English, and then I wouldn't have to worry about all the editing that's going to come later. I will see you at the end of the next Bookoplathon one, basically, is what I'm saying. The next vlog, oh Jesus Christ, the next vlog will be the Bookoplathon one. So I will see you then for that, which I'm going to start recording basically once I've uploaded all this footage. So have a nice day.